السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، فاتقوا الله وأصلحوا ذات بينكم وأطيعوا الله ورسوله إن كنتم مؤمنين. Our discussion is about the rights of community members in the light of Risalat al-Huquq of Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam. In this discourse on rights, Imam is mentioning the rights of the people who share your faith and creed. حق أهل ملتك. So we discuss few of those rights. As Imam starts by saying, وَأَمَّا حَقُّ أَهْلِ مِلَّتِكَ عَامَّةً فَإِضْمَارُ السَّلَامَةِ. The right of your people of your creed is that you keep in your heart and mind their peace. And we discuss that, not just with your tongue you say Assalamu alaikum and you forget everything. You have to really be sincere by wishing their peace. إضمار السلامة. Then نشر جناح الرحمة. Be humble with them while talking to them, dealing with them. Be humble. Just humbleness is the key for keeping peace and unity in the community. وَالرِّفْقُ بِمُسِيئِهِمْ. And be kind. Kind with whom? The people who are kind with you? No, this is natural. Be kind with the one who is not kind with you. بِمُسِيئِهِمْ. The one who wronged you, you be good and kind and nice with him. So with this, discuss all these three. Then last week, we were discussing وَتَأَلُّفُهُمْ. وَتَأَلُّفُهُمْ. And try to keep peace among them and love. Bring them together. Have the environment of love and mercy and compassion among yourself. تألفهم. Now we are moving to next right, which Imam is mentioning about this topic. He's saying وَإِسْتِصْلَاحُهُمْ. Istislahum is from islah. Islah, to make corrections. Islah has many meanings. This word has been used in Quran several times in several meanings. For example, amalu salih. Salih in the meaning of good deeds. Islah, to make something good, to reconcile between two people, to make peace among two individuals. It's called Islah. And this is one of the a'mal and ibadat and worship in Islam that is better than any other worship. Whatever you do, this is one of the best deeds according to Islamic ruling. So I recited one ayah from Quran which indicates that. It says, فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَأَصْلِحُوا ذَاتَ بَيْنِكُمْ. You have to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make peace among yourself. وَأَصْلِحُوا ذَاتَ بَيْنِكُمْ. Settle any differences that you have, settle them. Don't let these differences get worse. Rather, quickly try to settle all those differences that you might have with somebody, or if two individuals have any kind of differences or any kind of dispute and disagreement on issues, you try to bring them together with love and peace. And this is called islah bain al-nas, islah dhat al-bayn. So here is order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. الصيغة صيغة الأمر. فاتقوا الله. Fear Allah وأصلحوا ذات بينكم. And make peace among yourself. So this is something very important. We take it very easy. Sometimes when we hear about two individuals who have differences, the last thing we do is, if we are very nice, very good, good people, then what we do is we don't care. It is between these two individuals and nothing to do with me. Why should I put myself in such a dispute? Let them be what they are. I am good with both of them. He is my friend, he is also my friend, but these two are not friends. So I don't care. Nothing to do with me. If I'm nice, I will say that, according to our social, traits that we see always, unfortunately. But this is not good. Yeah, worse than this, which we see so much in our society, that when there are two individuals who have differences, instead of trying to bring them together and to make peace among them, to make reconciliation between them, what we do? We cause more distance between these two individuals, and sometimes even cause, na'udhu billah, we cause animosity among them. Go and tell him, you know what he said about you? And do you know what he said about you? Oh, really, he said this? And of course, the anger grows from both sides. So we cause more distance, which is a big sin. This is one of the major sins that causing any kind of enmity between two individuals, especially if both of them are mu'min and believers. So this is what Allah is saying. وَأَصْلِحُوا ذَاتَ بَيْنِكُمْ. You have to try always to make peace ذَاتَ بَيْنِكُمْ, among yourself. In the community, in the society, there are so many disagreements and disputes happen, and we see that. And we know sometimes. But what is our responsibility towards those disputes? Disputes can be among two individuals, and especially at home. You see, most of the disputes occur between husband and wife. People hear about it and say, okay, so this is their personal issue. Why should we be part of it? We don't care. Yes, there are some limits, there are some rules and laws. This is true. But you cannot distance yourself totally. Why? Because they are part of your community and you need to make sure that you did your part, or you tried in whatever good manner you think, staying in your limits, of course, to reconcile between these two individuals. This is kind of wajib. It is very close to wajib. It is better than any other wajib. Imam Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salatu wassalam, in his last will, he mentioned that very clearly. In the will, when somebody is giving his will, the will is the most important wish somebody has. He mentions that wish in the end of his life. Before he is dying, he said, okay, I'm going to leave this world, I'm going to die. Before that, somebody asked him, okay, do you have any will? Yes, I have my will. Will means my last wishes. So these are top wish somebody can mention in the state of will. So this is the will of Imam Ali alayhi salam. He says, Fattaqullah, fear Allah. The same thing as Quran said. And then he come to Wa islahu dhatil bayn. You have to reconcile always among yourself, make peace among yourself, settle your disputes. Islah dhatil bayn. فَإِنِّي سَمِعْتُ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ. He did not stop here. When he mentions other wishes, other wills, he just giving the wills, do this, do this, do this. But when he reaches to this one, he explains more because of the importance of this issue. He says, because I heard your grandfather, he's talking to Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein, his sons, grandsons of Rasulullah. He says, I heard from my brother, your grandfather. He says, فَإِنَّ إِصْلَاحُ ذَاتِ الْبَيْنِ أَفْضَلُ مِنْ عَامَّةِ الصَّلَاةِ وَالصِّيَامِ. It is better than regular salah and fasting. It is better than. If you reconcile between two individuals, you have no idea how much thawab you are going to get for that. And one day the Prophet ﷺ, he was talking to his companions and sitting with them, and they were asking him about good deeds that they can do beside those obligations and wajibat. So he said, yes, I can direct you to a deed, to a good deed, which is going to be for you better than anything you can do in your life. They got very happy, said, what is it, Ya Rasulullah? We're going to do it. But is it easy or hard one? The Prophet said, very easy. Very easy. So if it is easy and this much thawab, tell us what is it? The Prophet said, it is to make peace between two individuals. To reconcile between two people, two mu'mineen. If you can do this, this is the best thing you can do in your life after wajibat. So there are so much we can see, in Quran and in ahadith and in the practice of Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salatu wasalam themselves. One day it was a very hot day. Very hot. Everybody was in their houses, sitting there, in a shadow. Why? Because hot and sunny day. So one of the companions of Imam Ali alayhi salam said, for some very important reason, I had to go outside. I went out, I saw Imam Ali alayhi salam, he's sitting in that weather, in a place, he's sitting there in the sun. I said, Mola, this is not the time to come here. What are you sitting? What are you doing? He said, yes, I was at home, but I thought, why should not I go outside? I might be able to help somebody. I might to be able to reconcile between two people. This person said, in this weather, who is coming? Suddenly he saw that a lady shouting and crying, she came out from her house and came to Amir al-Mu'mineen and said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, something happened wrong with me, please help me. Imam said, what happened? He said, my husband has kicked me out of the house. Imam said, okay, come with me. Where is your house? And then he went there. And it's a long story and very beautiful story. He went there, of course, since he was Imam, he was Amir al-Mu'mineen. The person he saw him, he was surprised when he saw Imam Ali is coming. He respected him very much, and then he welcomed Imam. Imam said, no, I'm not coming in your house unless you forgive your wife if she has done anything wrong for which you have kicked her out. Forgive her, and she also will forgive you, and live in peace and love and compassion. If you promise me, then I will be happy with you, otherwise not. Then he said, of course, Amir al-Mu'mineen, when you are coming here, this is my, it is a great honor for me. You came to my house. You are saying, of course, I forgive everything, and I will forget everything also. Then they lived with peace, alhamdulillah, afterwards. So this was Imam Ali's sirat, his practice. So he came out in such a weather. Of course, we can say that because of his knowledge of imamat, he knew that maybe he is going to help someone. But this guy, when he asked him, Imam, of course, said, yes, I am here just sitting. Why? To teach him that even in such a weather, in such a situation, you cannot ignore this great thawab. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you have a good niyyat, will help you. Look how he was able to reconcile between two individuals, two people, husband and wife, and make the family live with peace again. This is a great thawab, very great thawab. There are so many more riwayat and ahadith from Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salatu wassalam, that if we really reflect on those ahadith, we will realize that how great reward is this, and we many times we ignore it, and if we have any opportunity, such opportunity, we lose that opportunity. So in brief, Imam says, وَإِسْتِصْلَاحُهُمْ. We have to, in our community, when living together, differences may occur. Any kind of dispute is possible. Anything is possible. But we should not keep quiet in such situations. We try our best. Yes, there are some sensitivities, of course. There could be some issues that may be obstacle in your niyat, or that you know what you are thinking. It could be sometimes hard, but do your part. Try your best. And then, yes, you tried and it didn't happen, you are not responsible anymore. But do something. You cannot sit silent. Islah Dhat al-Bayn. So look, Imam is starting from Idmar al-Salama. So how we can spread this love and peace and make the environment, our community environment, a peaceful environment. How? Is starting with your intention. Idmar al-Salama. Good intention, always good intention. Many times you have to compromise. Compromise means what? When you say compromise, it means it is your right and you're giving up your right sometimes. It's fine. For the sake of bigger results and better, consequences, if you give up something, that is okay. That is fine. So it's called compromise. But even more than compromise, sometimes you need to do more than compromise. What is more than compromise? It's called sacrifice. Even if you have to give some sacrifice of money, time, efforts, anything, it is fine. Why? Because the results are so sweet and good. And the results are what? Unity among the community. The community, when the community is united, all the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will come down, and you will be receiving all His mercy and all His bounties. Ni'matullah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As I mentioned last time, that look, Allah mentioned that as a ni'mah. فاذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته. Two sides نعمة, and in between brotherhood. So the brotherhood and love and unity is the best ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In some communities we see, in some countries, in some cities, in some places, we see people love and like dispute and fighting and grouping. They like it, they enjoy it. Because peaceful environment is not that attractive environment for them. They think, okay, if everything is peaceful, so there is no news. There should be news every day. He said this, he said this, he did this, he did this. Oh, news. Every day we are hearing some news. If there is no news, nothing. That's why you see the media. In the media, if million people do some good deed, they will not show it. One person does something wrong, they will make it a big deal. Why? Because good deed is not a news. Good deed is not a news. But yeah, this is a news that somebody does something wrong, they show it. So this is the media. The same thing in the society, in social life. Some people like hearing disputes, but not about mu'min. Mu'min never loves such things. A mu'min loves only news of peace and reconciliation and goodness and mercy and love and brotherhood. And this is blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq and ability and the strength and courage to spread such love among ourselves, even though if it demands any kind of compromise from ourselves. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our niyat that we have for our brothers. Niyat of what? As Imam said, idmarus salama. Niyat of peace and love for everybody. Means from ourselves, from our side, we always offer peace and love, not verbally, but truly, really, wholeheartedly, with heart and mind and soul and intentions, inshallah. And this way we'll be able to pave the way for the reappearance of our Imam Ajrullah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif.